My name is Beth Harrington. I'm an independent filmmaker, born in Boston and transplanted to the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I think, some of it's just being able to do it yourself. Being able to essentially cut out the middleman. If you have a good enough audience built up through social media and other outreach, you can kind of do it yourself afterwards. And they're great examples of people who have found their audience. It used to be in the old days people would want you to make the most general kind of film you could to address the widest number of people. Now it's actually better, I think, if you're making a niche kind of film because you know exactly who cares about that film. And I think that's really exciting, as long as you get something that you can really target. One of the guys on the panel today has made a film about the band The Replacements, and that's a rabid fan group. He knows exactly who they are. They've found him through crowdfunding, and he's ready to sell them DVDs now. So that's kind of cool. I would say the top thing is to make sure you have a huge, really healthy social media presence, that you've already found a lot of your people. I think it's really hard to do without it. I am now in the middle of a Kickstarter campaign, my second one, and I have 1,600 more fans than I had the last time. And they're seriously selected. These are people that I've found who are really interested in the film and nurtured a lot of those relationships online. And those people, some of them are actually doing outreach for me in their respective towns. I've sent them digital press kits, I've sent them posters, and they're doing some of the work themselves. But also I think you can't just be at home on your computer. You have to do some kinds of live outreach. We're doing a party, we're doing a flash mob. Don't tell anybody. We're doing a cocktail party with one of the stars of the film. All of these things are things that we're trying to put in place to keep both the social media part going, but also to keep the buzz out in the real community, out in the world, going. But I think the big thing is preparation, making sure you have the crowdfunding people you have the social media people lined up, and making sure that you've done your homework about how you're going to approach it. We send out email blasts, we do updates for all the backers who are already involved. We go back to old backers from the previous campaign and tell them what's going on. So it's like running for office. It's crazy. The big thing, and I just learned this from trial and error, is not making the Facebook presence or your Twitter thing so much about you. It really should never, it should rarely be about you. Or if it is about you, it's about you in relationship to the film. I think it's really about, hey, here's a piece of information I think is really cool that I know you guys will probably be interested in because it relates to the film, and we all like the content of the film, don't we? So I think it's really about and inviting people to participate by posting stuff themselves. So I have lots of people who post stuff about my film's about the Carter and Cash families. It's called A Winding Stream, and it's all about this winding legacy of music that the Carters and the Cashes created. And people write about Johnny Cash, people write about Roseanne Cash, people write about the Carters. If they hear a kind of music that relates to that, they'll post that stuff. That's all kind of critical to building the community. But the other thing that I've been doing is taking out Facebook ads. They're pretty cheap. I can boost numbers. It's targeted through keywords to the exact people I need to reach, and it's really working out well. And I'm surprised because I don't have a huge advertising budget, needless to say. So that's been great. The game's really different, and if you're not familiar with the old model, that's probably just as well, because the old models aren't working. And if you are familiar with the old model, you better let go. So I guess that's my, be open to the change and try to figure out where you fit in it.